All right, I'm on the phone with David Muchnick, the head basketball coach for Maine Maritime Academy. And, Coach, happy Thanksgiving. They're taping this the day before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to you and all the listeners and everybody that works at the radio station by you. It's always my favorite holiday. I said that last year to you guys, and best meal of the year, most family under one roof, and it's always a day I look forward to every year for sure.
You just recently came back. You had the nice trip to New York. Tell us about that. It was a good trip. You ended up 1-1 and almost brought home the Admiral's Cup. Just lost by a couple points to the Merchant Marine.
Yeah, we had a really good weekend, Chris, and I shared with you last week that we were disappointed with the way we played it down at USM, the way we competed. That wasn't us, and we got back to a little bit of our roots in practice the first couple of days last week, and there was a lot of carryover in the weekend. We played 80 minutes of Maine Maritime basketball, the way that we have to play in order to be successful, and it was great to see. Shooting Maritime, we played very well. We won by 7 over a good team, a team that's going to win some games. I know they're struggling a little bit right now, but they've got 2 very good guards that we shut down. We held them to under 10 points in single digits. Guys that were averaging 18, 19 points a game over the first couple of games. So that was really nice. And then on Sunday at Kings Point, a place that I know very well. I know all those guys very well. I brought all of them there and got to coach all of them for a number of years. And we were down 3 at halftime. We were leading pretty much the entire first half. And second half we struggled to keep guys on the court. We had only 8 guys dressed over the weekend with some injuries. And we had 4 guys foul out on Sunday, and we actually finished the game the last 45 seconds with only 4 guys on the court.
Oh, my.
It was a game that had over 70-plus free throws and over 60-plus fouls, and we were, unfortunately for us, we were penalized a little bit more than the other team, and I actually said something to our athletic director yesterday. He asked me, how the refereeing was, because he watched both games, and sometimes it's tough to tell, watching the games. And I said I came down to New York, and I thought I was going to see some referees I knew, and 6 referees between the 2 games. I didn't know a single one of them. So it's one of those things that, you come from a long distance away, and obviously the referees see SUNY Maritime and Merchant Marine more often than they're going to see Maine Maritime down in New York. And we got a little bit of the short end of the stick on that. It's not the reason why we lost the game by any means. I was really happy with the way our guys fought, really happy with the way our guys played. And like I said, if 80 minutes of Maine Maritime basketball, we do that in the North Atlantic Conference this year. We're going to be really good and really tough to stop. That's how we need to play in order to be successful. And we're going to be a tough out in the league if we continue to play that way.
So tell us what the practice schedule is. Everybody off for a little bit of Thanksgiving, or when do you resume practices?
Yep, we'll bring the guys back Saturday night, so they've been off for a couple of days now. We got back to campus late Sunday night, and the guys went home straight from there. So we've been off the last couple of days, and we'll bring them back Saturday night. We'll have practice Saturday night. We'll have an offensive skill development practice on Sunday morning. Bring them back for a normal practice Sunday afternoon, practice Monday, and then play Tuesday home against Thomas College, our NAC opener.
Yeah, I mean, and really now in the next week, is in the next, December 1st through December 8th, you have 3 games. December 1st, that Tuesday night, home against Thomas, and Friday, December 5th, Saturday, December 5th, I'm sorry, up against Husson at 3 o'clock, and then Tuesday the 8th, home against Bowdoin.
Yeah, it's actually, we haven't had any home games yet. The women have had 3 straight home games to open the year, and we've been on the road for 3 straight games, and now we get to have some home games here. I think 4 of our 5 here before finals week are all at home, which will be nice. And it's one of those things now that you've challenged your team with some non-conference games, some games on the road, and we talked about that a couple weeks ago. Is that an advantage or a disadvantage playing 3 games on the road? Well, we found out a lot about our team on the road, and we had a tough one to start the year. We got back to what we needed to do in the next 2 road games and had 2 good games where we really boosted our confidence, I think. And even against Merchant Marine, and that's a team that's going to win a lot of games this year. They're juniors and seniors, and in a tough conference, a conference that always has 2 teams in the top 25 every year. So we hung right with them. So now we come back home, play Thomas at home, a team that we know is dangerous, has a couple really good players that our guys know, have played against in high school, and we had 2 good games with them last year, Chris. We lost both games to them, during the course of the year, the second semester. But it was the second to last game of the year. We lost to them by 5 at their place, and maybe had our best offensive game of the season, scoring 82 points. So, we're looking forward to that. And then Huston's always a tough test. Rival being down the road, about a half an hour down the road, and we're looking forward to that. And Bowdoin's always tough. They've got some seniors that are really good, including a first-team all-region player at the guard spot. And then we have a couple other home games in the conference before we finish up the first semester. So we're looking forward to it. Again, it's been fun to see the guys come back off of the opening game. Come back with some fire, come back with some fight. And we like our team. We like what we have, as long as we play the way we're supposed to play. And like I said, Maine Maritime basketball, we're going to be okay.
Tell us a little bit about the trip. I mean, you went down to Ground Zero. How was that?
Sobering, very, very sobering. We were walking from where we parked the vans over to where the construction site is, where they're continuing to build some of the other periphery buildings of the World Trade now. And I kind of stopped all the guys and I had them look around. All the construction is going on. Obviously, the World Trade Tower that's erected now, the one that's 1,776 feet, and a lot of other construction going on. I kind of stopped them. I said, I remember what happened 14 years ago, and it's amazing when you look at the magnitude of the site and all the construction that's still going on, and obviously the destruction that took place. And I shared with the guys a story that is near and dear to my heart. Coming back from college, so it happened on a Tuesday, and my college, upstate New York, SUNY Geneseo, had coach buses that were taking students back down to New York City, Long Island, if they were from that area, to get back and be with their families that following weekend. And we're coming across the bridge, and you see smoke billowing up over across the Hudson, 3 days later from all the destruction. And I kind of shared that story with the guys, and I think they kind of saw, how big the site is, how much construction still needs to go on in order to build back up the site. And we went to the 2 fountains of where the original towers stood, and took a couple pictures, and for about a half an hour, 40 minutes, guys were walking around and they were talking and spending time with each other, but you could tell the mood was very, very different than what it was in the vans driving over there, because we had just beat SUNY Maritime. Guys were real jovial and real happy, and coming down to that site, and it was a sobering experience for the guys. They had it's a good educational experience for the guys, and I was happy to provide that for them, with the program and all that. And then we took them about a half an hour down. We walked down to Little Italy, had a nice dinner, and then came back and went back to the hotel and played Kings Point on Sunday. So again, it was a nice educational trip, along with having a good basketball experience, and also team bonding. When you take 2 vans down, a long trip. It forces the guys to do a lot of talking, a lot of bonding, and we got better as a team basketball wise, but I know for a fact we got closer as a basketball family as well, and that's as important as anything else, with the trip.
Well, it sounds great. All right, Coach, have a happy Thanksgiving. We'll talk to you next week, and good luck on Tuesday the 1st as you open the NAC conference play.
Thank you, Chris. I'm certainly thankful for this program and thankful for the support of all your listeners and our alumni and the administration and the way our guys continue to battle. It's been great. So happy Thanksgiving to you and your family and all our listeners out there as well.